Here we have another question related to compound and simple interest. The compound interest on the sum of money at 8% per annum for 2 years is more than the simple interest on the same sum at the same rate for the same time by rupees 76.80. Find the sum. Here we have to find the principal, the sum. Whose compound interest for 2 years at the rate of 8% per annum, it is compounded annually, will be 76 rupees 80 paisa more than the simple interest for the same sum, same time, same rate. That means the difference between the compound interest and simple interest for the sum per 2 years at the rate of 8% per annum is given here. Here the interest is compound interest is compounded annually. So here we supposing the principal as rupees P or F, we find the compound interest compounded annually as well as simple interest for that rupees P, the principal, suppose principal, and equating the difference between the compound interest and simple interest with this 76 rupees 80 paisa, we find the value of P, the required principal. Let the principal be rupees P and rate of interest R is equal to, it is 8%, and time T is equal to 2 years. So annually compounded compound interest is given by the formula P1 plus R upon 100 to the power T minus 1. Now we don't have the value of P, we leave this as it is. And 1 plus R, rate of interest is given 8%, 8 upon 100. Time is given 2. So from here we get we have 8 divided by 100 plus 1 power 2 minus 1 so it gives 0.1664. Okay, so this is the annually compounded compound interest. Now similarly we find the simple interest as well. Similarly, simple interest is equal to, by the formula, P into T into R upon 100. P is P, T is, we have time 2 years, rate 8%, So from this we get P into 16, 0.16. Dividing this 16 by 100, we will get 0.16. So this is the compound interest compounded annually, and this is the simple interest for the principal P for 2 years at the rate of 8% per annum. So according to question, the difference of these two interest, this interest, compound interest, yearly compounded compound interest, and this simple interest is given 76 rupees 80 paisa. As we know that this value, the amount of compound interest is more than the simple interest. So we subtract the simple interest from the compound interest. By principle also we know that for the same principle, same rate, same time, the compound interest is always more than the simple interest. Here if you see the quantity, this value is more than this one. So difference according to question, is equal to 76 rupees 80 paisa. This condition is provided by the question. Now here we can take P common. After taking P common, here it remains 0.1664 minus 0.16. P, after subtracting, we get here 0.0064 minus so P is equal to dividing, we get 76.8 12,000 rupees. Therefore, required sum of money, that is principal here, is equal to rupees 12,000. This is the required answer. Hello everyone, here is another question on compound interest. Question number 10. The question goes like this. The difference between the annual and semi-annual compound interest on a sum of money is rupees 63 at the rate of 10% per annum for 2.5 years. Find the sum. Here we have to find the sum. The principal, we are given the difference between the semi-annual and annual compound interest. On that sum is rupees 63 for the rate of 10% per annum for 2.5 years time. So let us suppose this sum is rupees P. Let the required sum, we can say, rupees P, rate of interest R is equal to 10%, time T is equal to 2.5 years. This is 5 upon 2 years. So first we are calculating the semi-annual compound interest. So semi-annual compound interest is calculated by using the formula P times 1 plus R upon 200 to the power 2t minus 1. This is the formula to calculate the semi-annual compound interest. So we don't have the value of P, we keep this P as it is. So 1 plus the value of R is 10%, 10 upon 200 to the power 2 into T is 5 upon 2 minus 1. These two cancel. So it is P times, we calculate this, ten divided by 200 plus 1 we have power 5 minus 1. So at a time we get simplifying this all 0.2762815 625. This is the semi-annual compound interest on rupees P for 5 by 2.5 years at the rate of 10% per annum. Now for the same sum, we find annual compound interest as well. So what will be the annual compound interest? For annual compound interest, the time 2.5 years should be taken as 2 years and half years. Two years, 6 months. 1 by 2 years is 6 months. So we write this time as T is equal to 2 years and the value of M it is 6 for annual compound interest. We have the formula 1 plus R upon 100 to the power T 1 plus MR upon 1200 minus 1. This is the formula to calculate the annual compound interest when the time is given in the form of certain number of years and some number of months. When you do not have the complete number of years, when we have the time in this form, some number of years and some number of months. So we use this formula to calculate the annual compound interest in this case. So putting the values, value of M is 6, Now this is ten divided by 100 plus 1 power 2 1.21 into the value of R is 10%. So it is 60 divided by 1200 plus 1 1.05. So simplifying this, we get P times 0.2705. So here this is the compound interest for semi-annual compounding, and this is the compound interest for annual compounding. And according to question, the difference of these two interest. Look at this is the semi-annual compound interest, and this is the annual compound interest. When we read the values in decimal, we can see this value, the semi-annual compound interest is more than the annual compound interest. So according to question, difference of these two interests is rupees 63. So according to question, this semi-annual compound interest 276281 5625 minus P times 0.2705 is equal to rupees 63. Now we can take P common here. Rupees 63. If we subtract, what we get the difference here? Minus 0.2705. Eight one five six two five. I am showing the difference here. 0.2705. So 5265187. It is 500. So 0.0057815625 is equal to rupees 63. So P is equal to 63 divided by 0.0057815625. T is equal to, when you divide 63 by 0057815625, we get 10,896.70. So this is the required principal, required sum.